Welcome back to Days of... Today we will learn about the devastating betrayal that has torn apart one of Salem's most enduring friendships, as J.J. Devereaux discovers the shocking truth about Theo Carver's treacherous actions behind his back. The crushing discovery. The moment J.J. learned about Theo's secret meeting with Commissioner Jada Hunter, his world completely crumbled around him. What was supposed to be a routine day at the Salem Police Department quickly transformed into a nightmare of epic proportions when J.J. discovered that his closest friend, someone he considered a brother, had been actively working to destroy his career from the shadows. The revelation hit J.J. like a devastating punch to the gut, leaving him reeling with disbelief and an all-consuming rage that threatened to consume every fiber of his being. J.J.'s hands trembled with fury as he processed the magnitude of Theo's betrayal, realizing that while he had been trying to rebuild his life and prove his worth as a police officer, Theo had been systematically plotting his downfall. The trust they had painstakingly rebuilt over the years since that fateful night in 2017 now lay in ruins, shattered by Theo's calculated deception and manipulation. Every shared moment, every conversation, every gesture of forgiveness now felt tainted by the knowledge that Theo had been harboring this deep-seated resentment and desire for revenge. The foundation of friendship destroyed. The friendship between J.J. and Theo had been built on years of shared experiences, mutual respect, and what J.J. believed was genuine forgiveness after the tragic shooting incident that nearly cost Theo his life. J.J. had carried the guilt of that night like a heavy chain around his heart, and when Theo had seemingly forgiven him, it felt like a miracle of healing and redemption. They had worked through the trauma together, supporting each other through the darkest moments, and J.J. thought they had emerged stronger as friends. But now, discovering that Theo's forgiveness had been conditional and calculated, J.J. felt like every moment of their renewed friendship had been nothing more than an elaborate lie. The realization that Theo had been wearing a mask of friendship while secretly harboring plans to sabotage his career sent waves of betrayal coursing through J.J.'s entire being. How could someone he trusted implicitly, someone he would have laid down his life for, turn around and stab him in the back with such cold precision? Theo's calculated manipulation. What made Theo's betrayal even more devastating was the calculated nature of his approach to Commissioner Hunter. Instead of confronting J.J. directly like a true friend would, Theo chose the cowardly path of going behind his back to his superior officer. This wasn't a moment of anger or passion. This was a carefully planned assault on J.J.'s career and reputation, executed with surgical precision to cause maximum damage. Theo's meeting with Jada wasn't just about expressing concerns. It was a deliberate attempt to manipulate the situation and force J.J. out of the job he desperately needed for his own healing and redemption. The way Theo presented his case, referencing the shooting incident and questioning J.J.'s fitness for duty, showed a level of strategic thinking that made his betrayal even more painful. He knew exactly which buttons to press and which fears to exploit to achieve his goal of getting J.J. removed from the force. The weight of past trauma. J.J.'s anger was compounded by the cruel way Theo weaponized the very trauma that had brought them together in the first place. The shooting incident of 2017 had been a defining moment for both men. J.J. had struggled with PTSD and guilt, while Theo had fought to recover from his injuries. For Theo to now use that shared trauma as ammunition against J.J. felt like the ultimate betrayal of everything they had been through together. The fact that Theo would exploit J.J.'s deepest vulnerabilities and darkest moments to achieve his goal of destruction showed a level of cruelty that J.J. never thought possible from someone he considered family. Every sleepless night J.J. had spent tormented by guilt, every therapy session, every moment of self-doubt, Theo had taken all of that pain and turned it into a weapon designed to destroy J.J.'s future. The confrontation that never came. What made J.J.'s fury burn even hotter was the realization that Theo had never given him the courtesy of a direct confrontation. If Theo truly believed that J.J. shouldn't be on the police force, if he genuinely felt that J.J. posed a danger to others, then he should have had the courage to say it to J.J.'s face. Instead, he chose the path of deception and backdoor politics, going straight to the commissioner while maintaining a facade of friendship with J.J. This cowardly approach revealed the true depth of Theo's character flaws and made JJ question everything he thought he knew about the man he had called his friend. A real friend would have sat down with JJ, expressed his concerns, and worked together to find a solution. But Theo had chosen manipulation and sabotage instead of honesty and communication, proving that their friendship meant nothing to him. The professional assassination attempt. Theo's actions weren't just a betrayal of friendship. They were a calculated professional assassination attempt designed to destroy JJ's career and future prospects. By going to Commissioner Hunter with his concerns about the shooting incident and JJ's fitness for duty, Theo was essentially trying to brand JJ as unfit and dangerous, labels that would follow him for the rest of his career. The timing of Theo's intervention was particularly cruel, coming just as JJ was finding his footing again and proving himself capable of doing good police work. Theo's attempt to undermine JJ's position showed a level of vindictiveness that went far beyond simple concern for public safety. This was personal revenge disguised as civic responsibility, and JJ saw right through the manipulation. The ripple effects of betrayal. JJ's anger extended beyond just the immediate betrayal to encompass all the potential consequences of Theo's actions. If Theo had succeeded in his mission to get JJ fired, it wouldn't have just affected JJ's career. It would have destroyed his confidence, his sense of purpose, and his ability to contribute meaningfully to the community he wanted to serve. The ripple effects would have touched every aspect of JJ's life, from his relationships to his mental health to his future prospects. The fact that Theo was willing to cause such widespread damage to JJ's life for his own satisfaction showed a level of selfishness and cruelty that left JJ questioning how he could have been so blind to Theo's true nature. The friendship he had treasured and fought to preserve was revealed to be nothing more than a convenient facade hiding Theo's true feelings of resentment and desire for revenge. The aftermath of discovery. Now that the truth has been exposed, JJ finds himself grappling with a complex mixture of rage, hurt, and disappointment that threatens to consume him entirely. The betrayal cuts deeper than any physical wound because it strikes at the very core of who JJ believed Theo to be. The man he thought he knew, forgiving, understanding, supportive, has been revealed as manipulative, vengeful, and willing to destroy lives to satisfy his own need for retribution. JJ's anger burns with the intensity of 1,000 suns, fueled by years of misplaced trust and the devastating realization that his friendship meant nothing to Theo. The betrayal has opened old wounds and created new ones, leaving JJ to wonder if he can ever trust his own judgment about people again. The path forward seems unclear, but one thing is certain: the friendship between JJ and Theo has been irreparably damaged, perhaps beyond any hope of redemption. Next, in this latest episode of our beloved soap opera, Days of Our Lives, the air is thick with heartache, forgiveness struggles, and high-stakes negotiations. Let me walk you through it step by step, painting a vivid picture so you can feel like you're right there in the room with these characters we've come to know so well. We'll dive deep into the drama, exploring the feelings behind every word and gesture. Because at our age, we appreciate stories that touch the heart and remind us of life's complexities. Let's start with Theo Carver, a young man who's carried more than his share of burdens. Theo, with his quiet strength and deep sense of justice, marches straight into Detective Jada Hunter's office at the Salem Police Department. His face is etched with determination, perhaps even a hint of anger that's been simmering for too long. He's there to confront Jada about her decision to rehire JJ Devereaux as a police officer. Now, if you remember, JJ was involved in a tragic shooting incident years ago that left Theo paralyzed for a time. It's the kind of event that scars a family forever, and Theo isn't one to let it slide easily. Theo lays it out plainly. "You made a mistake bringing JJ back," he tells Jada, his voice steady but laced with the pain of old memories. He reminds her, and us, of that fateful day when JJ, in a moment of panic and poor judgment, pulled the trigger. Jada, ever the professional with a compassionate heart, nods knowingly. She knows all about the shooting. It's part of the department's records, after all. But she gently pushes back, voicing what many of us viewers have been thinking. Theo, didn't you forgive JJ? Haven't you both moved on from this dark chapter? Ah, but forgiveness isn't always as simple as a handshake or a hug. Is it? Theo shakes his head firmly. No, he replies, his eyes intense. JJ left the force because he knew it was the right thing to do after what happened. That's the only reason I could forgive him. It's a poignant moment. Friends. One that tugs at the heartstrings. Theo isn't just speaking from resentment. He's speaking from a place of protection. He wants to ensure that no one else endures the suffering he did. Jada, with her warm empathy shining through, sympathizes. She assures Theo that JJ wouldn't have returned to the badge if he didn't truly believe in himself again. After all, people can change, can't they? We've seen it time and again in Salem. But Theo isn't swayed so easily. He presses on, making a serious, heartfelt plea. We have to take this shooting seriously, he insists, his voice rising with passion. We need to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. It's a call for accountability that resonates deeply, especially in these times when trust in law enforcement is so fragile. Jada listens carefully, her expression a mix of understanding and resolve. She explains that the department has taken steps forward. They've implemented cultural sensitivity training to help officers better understand and respect the communities they serve. On top of that, a thorough background check on JJ confirmed that the shooting, while regrettable, was officially deemed clean, meaning it followed protocol at the time, even if hindsight shows it never should have happened. Just as Jada begins to speak more positively about JJ's growth and reliability, Theo interrupts with raw emotion. As a friend, he says, his words heavy with betrayal. JJ should have talked to me before taking this job. Oh, the heartbreak in that statement. It's not just about the past incident. It's about the bonds of friendship that feel shattered. Theo's pain is palpable, and we can't help but feel for him. How many of us have felt that sting when someone we care about makes a choice without considering our feelings? Despite Theo's impassioned arguments, Jada stands her ground. She doesn't fire JJ on the spot, which leaves Theo furious and storming out of the office. But even in his anger, Theo's concern is for others. Just keep an eye on him, he warns Jada as he leaves, so he doesn't hurt anyone else. It's a tense, unresolved ending to their conversation, leaving us wondering if this rift will heal or widen. Will Theo find peace, or will old grudges pull him back into turmoil? Only time will tell in the ever-shifting sands of Salem. As the episode shifts gears, we find ourselves in a quieter but no less emotional scene with Brady Black and Gabby Hernandez. Brady, who's been grappling with his own demons and family legacies, confides in Gabby about a potential opportunity. He's convinced she'd make an excellent manager for his father's company. After all, Gabby's sharp mind and fierce determination have turned heads before. But Brady can't shake the weight of his complicated relationship with his dad, John Black. It's a bond filled with love, misunderstandings, and the kind of history that makes decisions feel monumental. Gabby, with her signature blend of toughness and tenderness, understands completely. She reminds Brady gently, "Your dad always wanted you to be happy, no matter what." Her words are a balm, encouraging him to embrace change if that's what his heart desires. It's a moment of quiet reflection amid the chaos, showing us that even in Salem's whirlwind, there's room for personal growth and second chances. Brady seems torn, his face reflecting the internal battle between loyalty to the past and hope for the future. Will he take the leap, or will family ties hold him back? We're left pondering, just as Brady is. The drama escalates further in the business world, where Xander Kyriakis faces off with Tony DiMera over the fate of Titan Industries. Xander, ever the shrewd negotiator with a flair for the dramatic, demands that Tony pay 3 times the current market value for the company, or there's no deal at all. It's a bold move, one that could reshape fortunes overnight. Tony, suave and unflappable as always, simply shrugs and agrees. "Well, giving up the family legacy is easy," he quips, though we sense the sarcasm beneath his calm exterior. But he adds a twist. They'll need time to think it through, and they only have 24 hours to decide. The clock is ticking. Friends, this deadline adds a layer of suspense, turning a simple business talk into a high-pressure showdown. What secrets might come to light in those precious hours? Will alliances shift, or will greed win the day? Xander's steely gaze and Tony's calculated smile promise more fireworks ahead. Finally, in the episode's closing moments, the mystery deepens with Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson. Alex, charming and attentive, leads Stephanie into her new living quarters across the hall from his own. It's a sweet gesture, hinting at budding romance or at least a close friendship. As they step inside, laughing and chatting, the camera pans to the hallway. There, a shadowy figure emerges, but we only catch a glimpse. A hand clutching a copy of the book, One Stormy Night. Who could it be? The title alone evokes intrigue and foreboding, like a storm brewing on the horizon. We're pretty sure we know this person from past episodes. Perhaps a long-lost relative, a vengeful ex, or someone with unfinished business in Salem. The suspense is delicious, leaving us on the edge of our seats. What does this mean for Alex and Stephanie? Is danger lurking, or is it a harmless coincidence? The episode fades out on this cliffhanger, ensuring we'll tune in next time with bated breath. There you have it, dear friends. A day in Salem filled with confrontations that reopen old wounds, heartfelt advice that tugs at family bonds, cutthroat deals that test loyalties, and mysteries that keep us guessing. These stories remind us that life, much like a soap opera, is full of second chances, regrets, and unexpected turns. At our stage in life, we've seen enough to know that forgiveness isn't easy, but it's often worth the effort. Business and love, they're always a gamble. Stay tuned for more, and until next time, take care and cherish your own stories.